Hello and welcome to Yoga with Yas. My name is Yasmin. We're going to start with a standing warm-up, then move into some sun salutations. So just ground yourself, center yourself, spread your toes out nice and wide, opening your palms forward. You don't need to be at the front of your mat for this one just yet. We'll shift there afterwards. Roll the shoulders back and down. Really sink them away from your ears. Let them pull backwards using these muscles right at the back and the lower areas, relaxing your traps off. Taking a breath in through your nose and out. Breath in and out, letting the shoulders sink away. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. And then exhale, holding onto the right wrist with your left hand, gently leaning across, turning yourself into a bit of a candy cane. Feeling that lengthening down the right hand side of your body. Inhaling back up. Exhale, hold onto the left wrist with the right hand and gently coming across, feeling the stretch down the left hand side. Lengthening the body. Inhaling back up. Roll the arms back down. Shoulders roll back. I'm going to take 5 rolls here, loosening them off. Don't know about you, but I've been feeling tight through my neck lately. So we're just going to honor that today in our practice. Make sure you only ever do what feels right for you in your flow. You can pick and choose what you want to do, substitute it with something else, or take a break. Let your head sink over to the left-hand side. Your head is just, use the weight of your head. A lot of people want to really drag their head down using the other hand. The left ear, just let it hang down towards the left shoulder. And if that feels like too much for you, use your left hand to support your head slightly so that you can just feel a gentle stretch through here that's not too straining. It doesn't feel like it's clenching it back up. You want it to relax as you hold this stretch. Holding it there, just keeping the right hand loose. Inhaling your head back up to center, and then let your right ear drop towards your right shoulder this time. Again, you can use that opposite hand. Use the right hand just to support underneath your head. Take some of the pressure off of that stretch. And our heads are quite heavy, so just dropping your ear to your shoulder is more than enough to get a stretch out of it. And then inhaling it back up. I'm going to interlock the hands behind us. Pull the shoulders back and down again. Take a breath in. And then exhale, gently rolling down towards the ground. You don't have to get your arms all the way up. This is just slowly stretching open your chest and your shoulders. So it can be, just a little one behind your back in this gentle forward fold as we start to lengthen our spines. Or you can lift your arms a little bit higher, working your hands towards the ceiling. Again, keeping the shoulders back and down, the neck relaxed. Your core is turned on. Then gently start to lower the hands down, staying in your forward fold. And slide the hands down the legs. Let your hands just fall towards the ground. The knees are nice and soft. Feel that stretch through your back, through your spine. You can hold onto your elbows and take a gentle swing side to side. Just a couple of centimeters. Feeling the stretching like a rag doll. Lowering the hands back down to the ground. Inhaling for a halfway lift, nice and flat through the back, whether your fingers are floating over the ground, on your shins, or even on your thighs, whatever feels right for you. But just finding that halfway lift. Exhale, folding back forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward. Then inhale, rolling your spine all the way up, vertebrae by vertebrae, arms come up above the sky. Just gently squeezing the glutes. You can lean back slightly with the back bend. Exhale, lower the arms down. Rolling the shoulders back and down again. And then if this is within your practice, you can take a gentle turn side to side. We're just stretching through the lower back, not really yanking around to the ends of our range of movement. We're just mobilizing our spine. And your heel lifts up on the opposite way that you're going. So if I'm twisting to the right, the left heel is lifting up and I'm pivoting on the toes. Just feeling that stretch through the spine, loosening up and mobilizing. Coming back to center, take a hold of the right foot with the right hand and the left hand, and just a gentle quad stretch on the right hand side. If you need to hold onto a wall or a pole or a chair, this is the perfect opportunity. And you can also do this stretch laying down on your left hand side if you like. Just gently pulling that right leg as far as is comfortable to feel the stretch through the front of the right leg. Shoulders are again away from your ears. And releasing that leg, the left leg now, holding on with both hands or using one hand to support while you stand, or laying down on your right hand side and feeling the stretch through the front of the left leg. And these stretches are good. These are ones that you can do at work at any point. You don't need to lay down on the floor. You can do your neck stretches, your arm stretches. Get the legs moving, especially if you've been stuck sitting for a while. Releasing that leg, stepping towards the front of your mat. Reground yourself, spread the toes out wide, opening the palms forward, soften the knees. Inhale, arms come up towards the sky. Exhale, bringing them down and folding forward. Letting the spine lengthen. Inhale back into a halfway lift, whichever is your choice. And then exhale as you step backwards into a plank. Lower the knees to the ground if you haven't already. Roll the shoulders back and down. Turn your core on, squeeze your glutes, and then your elbows bend all the way backwards as you exhale and lower. Inhale as you roll your shoulders back and down, looking upwards for your baby cobra. And then exhale, 1 foot at a time, tucking underneath as you push up into your downward facing dog. Spread the fingers out wide, the toes out wide. If your downward facing dog's not in your practice today, you can simply take a tabletop or even a child's pose, whatever feels right for you, or just take a breath in your downward facing dog. Breathing in and out. You can walk the feet a little bit, lengthening the hamstrings out, loosening up your feet, your arches, your ankles. Again, bracing nice and strong through the shoulders, the core. And then walking the feet towards the front of the mat, inhaling for a halfway lift. Exhale, floating forward. Inhale, arms sweep up to the sky. And exhale, the arms come down. Inhale, arms all the way to the sky. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale for your halfway lift, shoulders back and down. And then exhale, stepping backwards. This one, if you'd like to stay on your toes with me, you're welcome to. Otherwise, drop to your knees. Keep the shoulders again back and down. Your core is turned on. Your pelvis is just slightly tucked under so you're not arching. Shift the weight forward slightly so that your shoulders come over the wrists. And then the elbows bend to 90 degrees as you exhale. Inhale into your upward facing dog. Squeezing your glutes nice and strong. Shoulders away from the ears. The knees are off the ground. And then exhale, 1 foot at a time, tucking under, lifting the pelvis up towards the sky. For your downward facing dog, and just walking the dog. Breathing in and out. Finding stillness. And then inhale as you walk towards the front of your mat for your halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, roll your spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, arms opening up towards the sky. Shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, float the arms down. We're going to run through a couple more Sun Salutations. If you need to slow this down at any point, you can do it at half time, whatever speed is right for you, or you can even go faster. Inhale, open the arms up to the sky. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale for your halfway lift, shoulders back and down. Exhale, stepping backwards, knees or toes, chaturanga, the weight shifts forward, lowering as you exhale. Inhale for your upward facing dog or your baby cobra. Exhale, back up into your downward facing dog. Breathing in and out. Walking towards the front of the mat. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, arms sweep up to the sky. And exhale, the arms come down. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, stepping backwards, knees or toes, chaturanga. Exhale as you lower. Inhale for your upward facing dog or your baby cobra. Squeeze the glutes, shoulders back and down. And exhale, pushing back into your downward facing dog. Breathing in and out. And walking towards the front of the mat. Inhale for your halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, arms up to the sky. And exhale, float the arms down. Inhale, arms come up, squeeze the glutes. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale for your halfway lift. Exhale, stepping backwards, knees or toes. Exhale, lowering. Inhale for your upward facing dog, your baby cobra. Squeeze the glutes. Exhale, back up into your downward facing dog. Breathing in and out. And then just position yourself so you're comfortable. We're going to lift up into a three-legged dog. So on your next inhale, your right leg sweeps up towards the sky, holding for a moment, breathing in and out, pointing the toes. And then exhale, lowering down. Inhale, the left leg comes up towards the sky, and the shoulders are staying back and down as we point upwards. Breathing in and out. Another breath, and then on the next exhale, lowering that foot back down. Walk the dog for a moment, then walking towards the front of the mat. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, arms sweep up towards the sky. Exhale, arms come down. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, lower them back down again and interlock your hands behind you. And inhale as you open your chest, looking up towards the sky. Exhale as you fold forward, the arms coming up as far as is comfortable for you, interlocked, pointing towards the sky in your forward fold. Just what is comfortable. And it's okay if you just want to take a forward fold. Lowering your arms all the way down, let them soften, stretching your spine. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, stepping backwards, knees or toes, shift the weight forward. Exhale as you lower, and then inhale up into your baby cobra, your upward facing dog. Exhale back into your downward facing dog. Breathing in and out. And then on the next inhale, your right foot comes forward between your hands. Lift your chest up and just dropping down into a gentle hip flexor stretch. Breathing in and out. And then if you like here, you can hold in this position if you need a little bit more of your hip flexor stretch, or you can walk backwards so that your pelvis is dropping towards the left foot and feeling a hamstring stretch on the right hand side, shoulders away from the ears. You can point and flex the toes, feel the hamstring opening up and mobilizing. Breathing in and out, walking forward, the hands brace on the ground. Exhale back into your downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg comes forward between the hands, shoulders back and down, feeling the hip flexor stretch on the right hand side. If you want, you can also lift your arms up for this low lunge to the sky. I'm staying low today though. And then if you like, you can walk backwards, so the right foot, you can keep the foot flat on the ground, or you can come onto the toes, just feeling the hamstring stretch down through that left hand side. Does one side feel harder, tighter for you? Shoulders away from the ears. You can point and flex the toes on the left foot. Work the hamstring a little bit more, feeling it moving. Inhaling towards the front of the mat, back into that stretch. And the hip flexor on the right. And then brace the hands on the ground, spread the hands out wide, suction cupping your fingers, lifting up into your downward facing dog. Pelvis towards the sky, really tilting it upwards, sinking a little deeper. Breath in and out. Lowering the knees to the ground. Bring your big toes together and the knees spread a little bit lower. Exhale as you drop down into a child's pose. Breathing in and out. Feeling that stretch through the armpits, the chest, and rest your head down as we start to relax and open up the body. And you can stay in your child's pose, or if you would like to take a stretch through the armpit, you lift up just a little bit. Start with the right arm. I'm going to be starting with the left though, just so you can see. The left arm is going to come out towards the side, the side of a T, and the right arm bends as you stretch and drop the left shoulder down towards the ground, feeling the stretch through the left chest, left arm. Breathing in and out. This is like the opposite of a thread the needle. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, the right arm comes down and just turning the head towards the left armpit, the left arm, and feeling the stretch with that right arm straight out to the side. Sorry, the left arm you're doing now. And inhale, lift up. Exhale, dropping back into your child's pose. And then from here, just working onto your back. Give the knees a little bit of a hug, a gentle rock side to side. Open the arms out to the side and let your legs fall towards the left-hand side. Gentle twist. You can straighten the top leg if you'd like, or you can put a bolster underneath the knees if you need a little bit less of a stretch. You can turn to look towards your right hand. Breathing in and out. Inhale, the legs come back to center, activating your core. Exhale, drop them down to the other side towards your right side. Feeling the stretch with the left side of your body. You can increase the stretch by straightening that top leg and turning to look towards your left hand. Breathing in and out. Inhale, the legs back to center, core nice and strong. And then exhale, just straighten your body out. Hands interlock, stretching right above. Point your toes away from you. Stretch your arms as far as you can. Lengthen your whole body, your whole spine. Put everything into that stretch. And then let it go. Finding a position that's comfortable for you. Whether you feel like doing a little bit more of a yoga flow, if you're happy to lay and have a moment of Savasana. This is your flow, your practice. You can do whatever you need now. Taking a breath. Tune into your body, the sounds around you. Just connect with it all and then draw it back into yourself, your breathing. Where your body rests on the ground. What you're feeling, how your practice went today, how your flow went. Take as much time as you need here. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining me for today's yoga flow. If you have any questions, queries, feedback, comments, please drop them in the comments and I'll get back to them as quickly as I can. Otherwise, I'll see you next week for the next free weekly flow.